Hello friends, I'm Ayushi Jain and I'm working with one of the top-notch firms of the world of the CA fraternity, and I did my articleship from the same company and now I'm working as a senior consultant over there, and I'm going to share my experience and my journey, how I get in there, so that it would be helpful for you people, along with 10 most important points which would help you guys to get into one of the top-notch firms which you target for. So just come and join and just listen to my journey, and I would like to share the points forward. So the very first thing is, make a list of top 20 firms you want to get in. It could be as per your residential location or where you want to work or where you want to live in. So for first thing which you need to make sure right after you clear your IPCC level, make a list of top 20 firms you want to target for. Here comes the second point, which is how to get in those top 20 firms once you make the list out. So यहाँ पे obviously friends हम लोग बहुत परेशान होते हैं कि ठीक है लिस्ट बना ली, टारगेट कर लिया, बट वो उस गोल तक हम लोग को कैसे पहुँचना है, how to reach that level by taking those steps. So the second step is, you need to jot down points. Supposingly X is your company, so you want to target, you need to look in for वो X के procedures क्या क्या हैं, आप what all the drives they carry through to take in the interns, or the if you want to work as a consultant or like further. And secondly, you need to look for the options which could be either campus placements. You can either go through college if you're already as a college student, you did your regular college, or you can attend the business career fairs which are usually organized in Delhi NCR. You can attend those. There you can get an opportunity to meet one of those partners or directors or top level people of one of those top-notch firms, and you can ask for the business cards after the seminar gets over. You can interact with them. If it is like, you can also humbly ask for their numbers or something so that you can stay in link with them. So it totally depends on you how you need to interact, how you need to make a link. But if you're standing here and you need to reach here, you need to make a bridge yourself, how you need to get through. Since I was from a completely non-CA background, I would be the first CA in my family. So I had to make up the whole journey myself, like how I need to get through this. So you need to stand up for yourself. Nobody is going to stand up for you. So you need to work hard. So it could be either through campus placements, career fairs, or either sometimes internal reference also do work. Friends, the third point is, if in case the company does not carry the campus placement drives or the placement portals, so the option you can get through, don't just get disappointed. There's another way to get in those firms is, you need to prepare a very good email with the content documents which I would be sharing in the fourth point. You need to send those and drop your CVs and resumes in the portal of the company's website. There is always a section in those top-notch firms where you can drop your CVs, and as soon as the vacancies arise, they select down as per the priorities and the candidate's talent and all those things mentioned in your resume. Then they shortlist, then they give you a call and they invite you for an interview, and something in the process goes on. So don't just get disappointed if the company you're targeting for, you didn't get to know कि campus placement है, drive हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है, internal reference है नहीं है, आप किसी को जानते हैं या नहीं. So there's another section. Just go search, Google. It's the modernization, like we have Google for every answers. Just Google it out and use the websites, and even sometimes you can also get the email IDs of the HR. It is there on the net. So just figure it out. You need to work hard for yourself. Take out those email IDs, take out those numbers, contact them, drop them email. And also there's a standard thing. I would like to give you one advice, like once you dropped an email and if you don't get the reply from the other side, you can drop up a top up like only in the business hours, and still if you don't get, you can drop a next top up, the second top up which you would be in the third business day, which is the standard thing and makes you look like professional. And don't just keep on hopping up and dropping top up mails like you do it to your friends or do you do it on the WhatsApp messages. Now the fourth point comes is, you need to be prepared with the three most important documents, which is first your resume, second your cover letter, and the third one is the good email template. So now you need to really be prepared, because this is the first thing which would make your impression on the interviewee, the firm you're targeting to, because they haven't seen you in person, they don't know much about yourself or your background. So that would be the first step, which on the basis of which they would be analyzing you. So you need to be really very good at that. And the most important point is you need to be very precise. Don't make false claims about yourself or unsupported claims which you cannot even prove in your interview, and just be simple enough. And for the same, you need to drop those at the company portals or provide in the campus placement drives, internal reference. You need to send all these 3 documents. So this is the major and crucial step. Friends, the 5th point is creating your resume. It is a very most important point. Usually people write essays, they keep on writing too much about them. But you should be aware of that. The most important tip I would like to share with you people is, you need to be very short and crisp and to the point in your CV. You don't need to put your whole life story. There's one famous person who always used to make his resume in 1 page, and you should usually stick to it. If in case it just goes beyond, you can use the 2nd page, but it is not recommended. You should usually stick to only 1 page resume. And I would like to share few tips of making the resume with you people who are very new, because obviously we just came out of the student phase and we're just now going to step into the corporate world. Avoid false claims. Don't make unsupported claims, as in if you have achieved something, you're something which has not actually happened in reality. Second thing is, avoid jargons, slangs, abbreviations. You need to be very professional. Write the whole words, complete words. Third would be honest. Fourth, do give a proofread once you are complete with your resume. There could be some mistakes or distance errors or exclamation mark errors or full stop errors or something. So that would give a little bad impression on the interviewee. Also, you need to make your resume as in very short and to the point, and put very little details. And there's one thing more, you need to start from your current data. Don't start from your school days, then your college, then your CA thing, or if your graduation, or you're doing something along with as well. Also start from the current status, like IPCC level, then you did this, graduation, then your school level, then the basic 10, 12 grades. So this is the most important thing. And do give a proofread. Don't just hesitantly create it and send it. And another most important thing I would like to share, usually friends ये सबके साथ होता है, मैंने भी ऐसे बहुत देखा है, मेरे भी काफ़ी फ्रेंड्स, मैंने भी इनफैक्ट किया था, यार अच्छा ठीक है कल इंटरव्यू है, फ्रेंड को फ़ोन किया रात को, यार अपना रिज्यूमे सेंड कर दे, उसी को खोला, वर्ड डॉक पे क्लिक किया, इमिजिएटली उसी में अपना नेम एडिट किया, सारा कुछ किया, कुछ अचीवमेंट्स उसके कॉपी किए, कुछ अपने कॉपी किए, एंड वो ख़त्म. No friends, this is a big no. You should not do this. The main reason is, if you guys are not aware, you can right click on that document, click on the properties, and when you see, you can actually see the creator of that document, and the interviewer could get to know कि आपने इस so and so person से अपना resume मंगाया, उसको edit किया, and you are just a copy paste person. So avoid that. Create your new own Word document, or the format which whatever format you are using. So I would like to give a quick review of the first 5 points, friends. You can jot down on a paper if you guys want to. Make a list of top 20 firms. Select how the companies use the procedure, the campus placement drives, internal reference. Third, if the company is not on the career fair or doesn't create, then you need to drop your CVs on the portal. Fourth, you need to be prepared with your resume, CV, and a good email template. Fifth point is to create your original resume. Don't copy paste. Now comes the 6th point, which is basic skills. You actually need to get into these firms. Once you are done with your process, you get the first call, the next step comes is they'll invite you for an interview. So you need to be a little prepared. Don't just hassle up कि ठीक है कल morning में interview है, हमें क्या करना है, अब कैसे जाएंगे. So just remember these 4 things which you actually need in yourself so as to get shortlisted there. The very first thing is communication skills. Friends, this is the first first and foremost step which gives your first impression right after your CV. Once the interviewer looks into your CV, they judge on how you speak verbally. You need to be very humble and polite and speak in a fluent language, preferably English. Second is your technical knowledge. You should be through with the accounting standards, standards in auditing, few basic tax laws, corporate knowledge. Like in the coming days of this, for the students who have just cleared the IPCC, GST is a very good important point. They can actually ask you on some highlights or the current budget, February 2017 budget highlights. So you need to be aware of basic knowledge and some general affairs as well related to our CA fraternity. Third point is like you need to be actually very good at your computer skills, which could include your like basic MS Excel, MS Word, MS Office. You need to know these basic software which we have already used in our school days. Fourth is other. This other point covers your personality, like your formal attire, the way you speak, you are humble or you're just coming around in an attitude, like entering the door, sitting in your attitude zone. So this is a big no-no. You need to be humble and polite. You need to give a very joyful or pleasant presence and vibes around the people around you, so that you could give a completely overall positive attitude to the person in front. Here comes the seventh point, friends, the basic interview rounds which are conducted in those top-notch firms. Almost every firm has the same pattern. The first interview round which you would get a call for would be of first basic HR round, which would be conducted by either HR manager or HR any of the executives. They would be asking you personal backgrounds or like a basic communication skill, your presence, your personality, or they could be having a group discussion of 50 people. They would be giving a random topic and they would give you 2 minutes, or like you need to step in and put in your point forward in a humble way, not just go and fight over there. You can have written test also that the very same day. Likewise, in my case, I had to appear for 2 group discussions round. One was a written test, which there was a criteria of like 100. There were 4 sections which included grammar, audit and essay mixed questions. One was law and another was somewhere mathematical kind of a thing. And at the end they asked us to write an essay just to check our language, command over language in the writing thing. So we had to clear that thing. So I crossed that minimum 100 criteria. The next was group discussion round, and so likewise that was the basic first HR round. Second round is conducted as a technical round, which is usually taken by the manager of the firm. So they would be asking you like few questions related to your own field. It could be either on standards and auditing. They can ask you any Ind AS, likewise IFRS. They can ask you a question on GST just to check your how much updated you are with the current field. And they can also ask you of some tax exemptions or like any of the recent changes in the budget or like your past examination questions. Don't just fear off if you don't just able to answer 2-3 questions. Just make it sure out of those 10 or out of how many questions they have been asking you, you answer at least 70% of those correctly. Don't just worry and don't just panic even if you're not able to answer 30% of the questions. So that is like balanced overall. So the third round would be conducted by the partner, which would be mix and blend of few of your personal background, family questions, or some situational based questions. Like in my case, I was given by the partner a very similar situation. I remember I was sitting in the room where there was a reception on the side, so he created me a lease related question, like as in if I would lease this certain place, how much I would go on the recognition of the revenue of this, and if I receive the rent on this. So it was a situational based random question. So I was like given 4 options. So I selected B option, I still remember. And that partner in front of me, he said, no, don't you think it should be the C option instead of B, what I selected? So he was just trying to test my confidence level, because at that point of time, he would have expected कि हाँ I'll say कि नहीं sir आप सही बोल रहे हो, C, I'll go with C and not my option. But I was very confident enough in my answer, so I very honestly said, no sir, okay, that's your opinion. As per you, the answer should be C. But as per me, the answer is B. I would stick to my answer only. So at the end he told me the B answer which I selected was the right one. So he was basically testing me on my confidence level, because these skills matter a lot when you go to the client field for audit of a taxation thing, that you need to deal with the client. So they need these potential qualities in the candidates which they hire. So you need to be very good at those. There could be a fourth round conducted by HR if you are obviously not on the articleship level. If you are joining as a post articleship, like as a consultant post qualification, there would be a fourth round with the HR discussing your salary, discussing your expectations or your clauses of the bond agreement with the company. So all those general criteria. So these were the 4 kinds of rounds you have to get in. Friend, the 8th point is common interview questions, which I would like to share with you. Once you get the call for the interview, you are prepared with your CV, you're done with the first round, you're done with the second, third round. I would like to put in some additional questions which are usually asked in any of the fields, not necessarily CAs, CS, MBAs, or like it is the most common questions. Like, why do you want to work for the firm? So you just get panicked, now what to answer? Don't just get panicked, just tell them that obviously you want to work for the firm with your personal and professional growth. So you need to balance that answer. They could even ask you your about strengths or weaknesses. So don't spend too much time on talking on weaknesses again and again. Just highlight your few positive points and say that you are obviously looking forward to overcome your weaknesses points. Like some people say, I'm low on confidence. Don't just say, sir, मेरे confidence ही कम है. No, that is a big no. Say, I'm working on it. I'm actually attending few seminars. I try to speak up in public, like such kind of things. So that interviewer can get a positive attitude out of yourself that you are keen to learn. Third could be like, walk me through your resume. So you just need to give factual and actual points which you have already mentioned in your resume. And mark this, likewise I said in the first 5 points, be honest in the resume creation point, which was the 5th point. So here comes the linkage between the 5th point and the 8th point is, if you have written anything which is wrong in your CV, that could be cross-checked, because once you miss anything on that CV, that point of time when you're walking the interviewer through your resume, so that person can cross-you check and can get you trapped in a circle where if you have mentioned anything false about yourself. Also, yeah, you can be asked like, where do you see yourself 5 years down the lane? So you can basically answer that you see yourself working as a high professional, working in the company for the personal and professional growth and looking forward to learn more. Friends, the 9th point is what to do in a situation if you're once done through all this process and your GPA, which is the grade point average, which the firms give you to all the candidates. They calculate the average point. Okay, this person is getting a 7 out of all the rounds. They just compute your, if the first round was of written test, they include those marks, how you performed in the first round, second technical round, third partner round. Then they evaluate your total marks, like, and so as to compare all those candidates in totality and rank them as per the priority of the company. So don't just worry, you can, when you get a call, or if you don't get a call, you can call up the HR executive, probably who took your interview, or the HR manager if you have the number, or you must be definitely having by this stage their email IDs. So you can drop an email, okay, is there any other scope to join on any other department, so that you can have a next interview round for that particular department if you are not as suitable for the concerned department which you just appeared for. So just try to stay in link with those people. Don't just get rude एकदम से कि अच्छा मेरा GPA low कर दिया आपने, why that candidate was this. Don't just compare yourself with somebody else. It is just as simple as like this. These are the GPAs given by the companies to you. Tenth point is follow up. Don't just sit once you're through with the process. Do give up a follow-up call only in the business hours. You can call them and just make a reminder, so and so Mr. whatever the HR's name is. कि I landed up for the interview and so date for this department. So can you just help me out? What is the current status of my this process of CV going on, or when can I look forward to join, or something like that. You just can be interactive. They are very friendly. Don't just hesitate. Okay यार ये तो top notch firm का बंदा है, बहुत डर के बोलना है. No, you can't. These people are very friendly. Believe me. During my process also, I called up the HR twice, like asking the date of joining, and like even before date of joining, I just asked them the one query regarding my next interview round. So you just give a follow-up call, wait for like 3 to 4 working days, and if you still don't get, give them a final call and just ask them what is the status, so that you can proceed with like for the other department or something, if they can help you out with. So friends, I think I gave you this top 10 points which could actually help you to get into one of the top-notch firms, which helped me in my case since I was from a non-CA background. So I had to take all these steps and run me through all this journey to reduce the bridge gap between me and the goal where I want to. And believe me, my journey up till now has been very good, very pleasant. I got a lot to learn through my seniors, managers, directors, partners, and my team has been very supportive. The kind of exposure I get here is very amazing. So I would just say, just get up your pants, result has been out, just be yourself and follow these 10 points, and I can myself assure you that you would definitely get success in getting into one of the top-notch firms of your choice. If you follow these points as the way I told you, you will definitely get success. So thumbs up for you guys, good luck and all the very best. May you get the best company which you are looking forward to join. Also friends, I would additionally like to share with you one thing. Once you're done, once you've joined the company, you also feel like you want to study now. So like, let me tell you, all these companies also know that you guys need to study for your CA finals if you have joined right after IPCC, or like if you joined after CS, you need to study further, or like if you are summer internship of an MBA student, you need to study also side by side. So these companies also have the educational portal where they help you while along with work. Believe me, they're very, very helpful guys. And also where I am working in one of the top-notch firms, they also have an educational portal where they help you out with your confidence level for the exam, or the presentation skills, or the technical rounds. They have those classes arranged for you in a very good manner, or the tablets where you can study moving around here and there. You don't need to sit in your room with pen and pencil, and then only if you're even in the metro, traveling, cab or something, you can also study that time. So the details of basically the name of that portal is CALS. You can see the details below down the screen, and you can share your any of your queries, or if you want to actually personally ask me something specific about my journey apart from all those points, feel free to contact me and drop your queries in the given below details. Thank you.